Check it out. Boy. Changsheng probably has a gorilla grip snussy. Oh, I'm ending stream, bro. I can't deal with this. Stop. Sorry, that was a lot of energy. No cleaning or anything whatsoever during the New Year celebration. I think it's always New Year in my house.
We got everyone back safely!
Impressive work, Harley. You were even quicker than I expected.
Qimen thought you'd be super anxious having to wait for us here at Yujing Terrace, but you seem as calm as ever.
See, and you thought she'd be hopping around like a slime. If I can't trust you, then I don't really know who I can turn to. My apologies, Lady Tianquan. I promise I'm not usually late for appointments, let alone by a whole day. Hope you can understand. No apology necessary, Director Who. It was my mistake letting you go to the border by yourself. Don't say that. Even I didn't think the situation would get this bad.
How bad is this bad?
I'd like to know too. How dangerous is the situation we face? And how does it compare to previous cases? Way worse. Like, way worse.
Huh? So this isn't the first time? I've never heard of this happening before.
Well, don't forget, the border isn't part of the natural landscape. It's more like an old house that's gradually falling apart.
It's like the Night Kingdom.
So it requires maintenance every once in a while. Sometimes every few centuries, sometimes every other decade or so. And of course, that is the responsibility of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. In the past, though, the worst it got was a few small feta leaks. That's an easy fix with our secret art. It burns all away, no problem. But this time is different. Inside the border, it's like the whole world has been turned upside down. Do you have any idea what the cause may be? Not so far, no.
Maybe it's the Abyss?
I doubt it. I haven't found any traces of abyssal activity.
You're thinking about Natlan, right? It did feel kind of similar, but not exactly the same. Is Liyue's border anything like the Night Kingdom in Natlan?
I've been saying.
Yes, I've heard a little about the crisis there. But as far as I understand, the Night Kingdom is a true realm of the dead, while the border is more of a boundary world between life and death. Yep, it's a demarcation line. Life on side, death on the other. So if the border fails, souls will pour out, and the whole thing becomes a chaotic mix of life and death. Just like what happened all those millennia ago.
No wonder so many people have been aging faster than normal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because it's like the delusions with Tepe. They have abyss juice in them.
It's a symptom of death encroaching on the world of the living.
Then what should we do now?
Burning away the fetal won't do any good, because the issue is the border itself. Lady Tianquan, any progress on the 7 and 8 gates method I mentioned last time?
Yes, we've deduced the locations of 4 of the gates, and we should be able to pinpoint the rest of the array before long.
Wow, already? The Tianquan doesn't mess around.
Several strokes of luck were involved. Our nation is blessed with good fortune.
Wait a second. That gates method you mentioned. Are you talking about the one from the Sanctification of Tao Du?
That's the one. You've seen the state of the border. I can't think of any other way to fix it besides a complete do-over.
Do-over? You mean make a whole new border?
Damn. Who's getting sacrificed?
No, not the whole border. Just the part that's been giving us grief. Which is just as well. Reconstructing the whole thing would be much more difficult.
What is the 7 and 8 gates method?
The 8 gates refer to 8 key nodes in Liyue's ley lines. Life, death, repose, concealment, initiation, terrain, fright, and injury. They can be used to direct the ley line's energy.
the 7?
That's the requirement for activating the array. The array master will select one gate from the 8 to subdue evil, cutting off its exit path by using the ley line's power to obfuscate themselves.
What do you mean, obfuscate?
Fair.
As in, disappear from the ley lines completely, never to be seen again, taking the banished evil along with them.
So someone has to die for this to work? But you can't seriously be considering this.
Maybe Chi-Chi because she's already dead?
Now, don't worry. That's the traditional interpretation, but people just assume that because the lone butterfly sacrificed herself. But let's not forget, they were purifying a whole god. As bad as things are now, it's still a far cry from what they had to deal with. Besides, the border isn't completely ruined, so we're only fixing one part of it. If you ask me, as long as the Array Master can withstand a huge blast of Feta, they'll just be fine. They'll be just fine.
Oh, so us maybe? Or Chi-Chi?
Oh, do you have any proof to back up this statement, Director Who? My proof is that I know the most about life and death out of everybody here. Unless anyone wants to dispute that.
Well...
No one? Okay, good. Looks like we're all in agreement. In that case, we can plan our next steps as soon as the Qianquan has found the remaining 4 gates. Director Who? Something to add, Lady Qianquan? No. There's something else that I'd like to ask about, but it might not be my place to do so. If you do not wish to answer, then please pretend I never said anything. Sure, what is it? Do you believe that today's border crisis could have anything to do with the Wuwang Hill disaster from over a decade ago?
Huh? There was a disaster at Wuwang Hill? What happened?
Some sort of natural disaster, wasn't it? There used to be a village there, but then there was a flood or something. It took a lot of lives, and all the survivors moved away. But that doesn't explain how Wuwang Hill became the dark and gloomy place it is today. Maybe there was more to it.
Phew. No, Lady Qianquan, I don't think these two events are related.
I think they are, and she's just... She's glad we don't know any more information.
Excellent. Well, that puts my mind at ease. Everyone, let's meet here again in 2 days. We should know the locations of all the gates by then. All right. Well, I've still got a lot of preparations to make, so I'll be heading back to the funeral parlor now.
Sounds good. If we're all done here, I'd better get going too.
Wait, Lan Yan. Paimon meant to ask, how did you know where to find Hu Tao? Did you already know something was wrong with the border?
Oh, that. Yeah, I definitely owe you an explanation. Why don't you meet me at the Adventurers Guild later? I just need to write a letter to my family first. I want to let them know I'm fine. And I also have some questions I want to ask them.
Alright, then we'll see you at the Adventurers Guild.
What's bothering you, Ningguang? The Wuwang Hill disaster has always haunted me. Still, if Director Who says the incidents are unrelated, I probably shouldn't pry any further.
Traveler! Paimon! Over here! Perfect timing. I literally just posted my letter.
Oh, okay, fair.
Anyway, back to your question. Let me guess. You're probably thinking I predicted the border crisis with some kind of mysterious magic.
Well, yeah. Aren't the Lans of Chen Yu Vale all experts at Qimen divination or something?
No, that's simply not true. Yes, the Qimen arts have been practiced in my clan for many generations. And yes, Wind Reader is listed as one of our ancestors in the genealogy. but my family are only distant relatives. We branched off from the main family line long ago. By my grandpa's generation, the only Qimen he knew was a few parlor tricks. Put it like this. My grandpa makes a living telling fortunes in Yilong Wharf, but I'm making more than him just selling my handmade arts and crafts.
So why exactly did you come to look for Hu Tao?
Because Grandpa's readings have gone sideways recently. The romance and career fortunes are doing okay.
Oh,
But when it
shit.
comes to longevity, everyone's readings suddenly saying they only have a few years left to live. It gave Grandpa quite a fright. Fearing backlash from his clients, he closed shop and shut himself away at home, trying to divine an answer to the strange readings. But after days and nights of divination, the only clue he got was Wangshang Funeral Parlor. Right around that time, I happened to receive an invitation from the Ministry of Civil Affairs to organize a street fair. So I figured I might as well drop by the funeral parlor to see what Director Hu might know about all this.
Oh. Wait, so your grandpa's divinations were correct all along, weren't they? The longevity readings were affected by the border crisis, and Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was the answer, because they could fix it.
It's certainly looking that way. Apparently every soul in Liyue is now living under the creeping shadow of death.
Oh, cool.
And so far,
Cool.
we are the only ones in the know.
I have another question. What's the deal with this rattan figure?
Wait, that's the one I left at Miss Ying-Ar's shop. It's actually a product of genuine Qimen art. It's engraved with an exorcism sigil to absorb inauspicious energy in their owner's place, so they won't come to harm. I had no idea you'd been holding on to it all this time. I guess it was meant to be. You're more than welcome to keep it if you like. When I first arrived at Liyue Harbor, I passed by a large house and felt a chill go down my spine. So I made a rattan figure and gave it to the young master there. Later on, I also sensed something similar around Timaeus, so I made another one and left it at Scent of Spring. Then I followed Director Hu to Wuwang Hill, only to find she'd disappeared without a trace. While I was searching the area, I found Miss Chi-Chi. She was stuck in some kind of crevice, and she seemed to be blocking something from coming through. When I tried to pull her out, we both got pulled into a cold, dark place, which I soon discovered was the border. We wandered around aimlessly for a while, until we ran into Director Hu. She'd lit some incense, and was burning Feder left and right with a flaming staff.
Homa.
But there was just too much. There was no way she could hope to get rid of it all. Worse still, the Feder blocked off the way we'd come in, trapping us inside. Thank goodness you came to our rescue.
Whew, what an ordeal. Still, your family sounds more impressive than you let on. Didn't you use some kind of illusion magic in the border?
Yes. Actually, that and the rattan figures are things I learned from one of my cousins in the main branch of my family. She's been practicing the Qimen arts since she was little. She's also the one I posed some questions to in my letter back home.
Questions about the 7 and 8 gates method?
Wow! Good guess. Yes, I want to know for sure whether sacrificing one of the participants is a necessary part of the method or not. I figured she might know.
Huh? But Hu Tao already told us it won't come to that. She said we just need to make sure the person can withstand a strong blast of Feder.
I certainly hope that's true, but I can't help but feel uneasy about it. I haven't known Director Hu for long, but I get the sense that she prefers to keep the truth bottled up sometimes.
Yeah.
Sure, she talks a lot, and isn't afraid to broach dark and uncomfortable topics, but she really hasn't said much in the way of her own private thoughts.
I mean,
it's like
who
she's
does?
already got a plan, and is keeping it to herself.
You mean, you think she lied to us?
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it lying per se, but Remember when the Tianquan asked about the incident at Wuwang Hill from a decade ago?
Yep. Hutao said that it doesn't have anything to do with what's happening now. Are you saying they actually are related?
Do you know anything about what happened back then, Lan Yan?
I just heard that there was a flood. But given everything that's going on, I think it likely had to do with the border as well. That would at least explain the strange weather going on at Wuwang Hill. I remember my cousin saying that around that time, the Wangsheng funeral parlor set up an altar on top of the hill. I just assumed it was for a funeral. But now, I can't help but wonder if it was some sort of ritual to try and fix the border. Anyway, the ceremony was hosted jointly by two former directors of the Wangsheng funeral parlor, namely Hu Tao's father and grandfather.
Oh, really? Hutao's never mentioned her dad to us before. How strange. So you think there's more to this story, huh?
Yeah, but since she brushed it aside when the Tianquan asked her about it, I don't see how I can broach the topic. I've only known her for a few days.
I guess we should go talk to Hutao ourselves.
Huh? You think we should ask her about it? But she's never opened up to us about family stuff before. What if she shuts us out?
And that's her choice. All we can do is try.
Alright, let's go find her and take it from there.
I hope my family will write back to me soon.
Hutao!
Holly, Paimon, what's up? We haven't spoken in 5 minutes and you're missing me already?
Yep, so we thought we'd come hang out with you. What were you looking at just now?
Something so amazing, you wouldn't believe it. But I'm not showing you.
Why? Is it a secret photo of me?
Seriously though, you probably shouldn't joke about that. You don't want to jinx it.
Jinx it how?
Well, the people in this picture keep appearing in my dreams lately, and none of them are around anymore. So keeping you out of the picture is probably for the best. Alright, I'll quit joking around. Here, take a look.
Huh? Wait, are they?
Are they her dad and grandpa? She looks very cute.
Yeah, my dad and my grandpa. Without this picture, I'd probably have forgotten what my dad looked like by now. When he passed, I was still too young to understand what was going on.
The grandpa's eyes, yeah, the little flowers.
Everything I know about my dad, I learned from my grandpa.
10 years ago? Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Didn't they say that a decade ago, her dad and her grandpa set up the altar? But she was too small to really remember him. That would make her early teens. That doesn't make any sense, bro.
So what happened to him? There was a border incident on Wuwang Hill about a dozen years ago. My dad tried using the art of Homa.
Homa!
To burn away the fetter, but he slipped up and suffered a lethal exposure to it. He died on the spot.
That's awful. So, is that what made Wuwang Hill the way it is today?
Yep. His mistake didn't just cost him his own life. It took most of the village out and left lasting changes on Wuwang Hill itself. Thankfully, my grandpa managed to deal with the fallout, but that's not to say he escaped unscathed. He didn't even make it to 60 before he passed.
So your grandpa was affected by the incident with your dad?
Well, he never admitted it, of course. But given how fit and healthy he was before that, I would have expected him to have a few more years in him.
Sounds like you blame your dad for all this.
How could I not? It would be one thing if he was just a spoiled brat who never amounted to anything. But he was a genius. He was, and still is, the best spellcaster in our family for generations. Grandpa always called me gifted for mastering the Wangsheng arts by the age of 8, but by the time my dad was 8, he was already hosting rituals and incinerating fetor all by himself. Fixing the border crisis should have been a piece of cake for him, and he messed up. Who else is there to blame, if not him?
But maybe the question is, why did he mess up?
Whoa.
Because he was an unworthy director. Every past director has burned away all of their belongings when they pass on, leaving at most 1 or 2 items behind. My grandpa, for example, left only his hat behind. But my dad? He left a whole pile of stuff, including this meaningless picture.
But doesn't that show how much he cared?
No, all it shows is that he was unable to let go. And the fact that he couldn't let go is precisely why he failed during that ritual. He was too attached to his aging father, his young daughter, and the world where we were all together. That's why he hesitated in that final moment, because he was afraid to die. He lost focus, and death won, taking his life and many others. In this line of work, we know better than anyone how hard letting go can be. We see it all the time. But as funeral directors, it's the one thing we cannot allow ourselves to fall victim to. Like Grandpa always said, we should live in life and die in death. That's the whole basis of the Wangsheng funeral parlor's existence. Unfortunately, with my dad, these teachings went in one ear and out the other. He really let everyone down.
You don't need to be so hard on him. Sure, he made a mistake, but he can't have meant for things to turn out this way.
You're missing the point, my little Paimon. It's precisely because he's my dad that I choose not to hold back. There isn't a father in the world who would disapprove of their daughter being outspoken.
I think there is. I think there are many, many fathers in the world who would disapprove of their daughters being outspoken.
Because a father's biggest fear is that once he's not around anymore, his daughter will never get to be that carefree, sassy little kid ever again.
I wish that were true, Hutao, yeah. God, that's such a line. Because a father's biggest fear is that once he's not around anymore, his daughter will never get to be that carefree, sassy little kid ever again. God.
So, I'm going to keep talking trash about him all I want. And on the off chance he ever overhears me, I know he'll take some comfort from knowing that I never stopped just being myself and living my life my way. Anyway, so that's a brief history of Wuwang Hill for you. Anything else on the agenda?
Thank you for being so open with us.
Did you think I'd hide it from you? No, we're better buds than that. Plus, you did just rescue me from the border, so I owe you big time. Answering your questions seems like the least I can do.
Alright, in that case, Paimon has one last question. Earlier, you said that no one will have to die when the array is activated. Is that the truth?
Yes. In my highly professional opinion, yes.
Okay. That's all Paimon wanted to hear.
Feel like she might still be lying.
Try not to dwell too much on all this stuff, okay? There are still 2 days to go. So check out the street fair and enjoy yourself. You said it yourself, remember? Gotta keep a reasonable work-life balance. I'll see you at Yujing Terrace in 2 days. This time, we're gonna turn death to ashes.
This is quite a long quest.
Guys, seriously. Go rest and relax while you can. We have a big job coming up in 2 days' time.
Today's the day Ningguang said to meet up again. Let's head to Yujing Terrace. Whoa, everyone's here already.
Hey, Paimon. Did you have a good rest?
Yep, pretty good, thanks.
How's the situation looking? Since we last met, we've seen an uptick in patient numbers in Liyue Harbor.
Also, my cousin wrote back to me. She mentioned that people have started to get sick in Yilong Wharf as well.
Oh no, it's spread to Yilong Wharf now?
But as long as we solve the core problem, the fetter in people's bodies will dissipate, and they'll make a speedy recovery. And the good news is that thanks to the Qianquan's efforts, we now have the locations of all 8 gates.
Woohoo! So what's the plan?
That's a lot of energy, Paimon.
Tonight, we will deploy the array and set up a Homa altar in each of the gates. This will enable the funeral parlor's secret art to incinerate the fetter. Since the gates are interconnected via the ley lines, the secret art will be amplified to all of Lear. Not a single wisp of fetter will escape its grasp. It's going to be the biggest purification ceremony in the funeral parlor's history.
Okay, so what are the locations of the 8 gates?
You needn't worry. They're all accounted for. Actually, we already knew the locations of the first 4 2 days ago. Yujing has already set out for the Gate of Life in Yilong Wharf, and Ganyu is en route to the Gate of Concealment at Mount Outsong. Beidou is covering the Gate of Rite at Guyunstone Forest, and Lan will tackle the Gate of Injury at the Chasm. As of last night, we confirmed the locations of the remaining 4 gates. The 5th is the Gate of Terrace at Dihua Marsh, which the Conqueror of Demons has pledged to defend. The 6th is the Gate of Repose in Qingsa Village.
I feel like this is drifting into Xiangling.
This one has been claimed by the Boo Boo Pharmacy duo. The 7th is the Gate of Initiation, located here in Liyue Harbor. Lan Yan and I will see to this one.
What about the final gate?
Last but not least is the Gate of Death at Wuwang Hill, which, let's be honest, has Director Who written all over it.
Wait, so you've assigned all the gates already?
Sorry, you got here too late.
Let me take the Gate of Death.
You trying to steal my job now? Nuh-uh, hands off.
But the Gate of Death sounds so dangerous, and you only just got back from the border.
You're right that it's the most dangerous gate, which is exactly why it needs an expert on life and death, like me. If you have to take a gate, go and steal the Qiantrons instead. Harley, I appreciate your eagerness to help. As it happens, Miss Lan Yan and I do have a matter we'd like to discuss with you.
That's right. But let's discuss it once Director Who's done with you.
Wait, so Director Who does need me for something?
Sorry, I went ahead and told them I'd be stealing you for a little while. I haven't had much time to enjoy myself this lantern rite, and come this evening, I have to leave the city again, which means I'll miss out on all the lanterns. So I want to use the little downtime I have to go hand out some fortune coins to my friends. Then I can at least say I did lantern rite this year. Fancy joining me for that?
Absolutely.
This is the one thing Director Who's had to look forward to. Otherwise, she'd have set out for Wuwang Hill by now.
Oh, so you were waiting for us all this time?
It's okay. Since time was tight, I already asked the Tianchuan to pass along my fortune coins to all the people handling the gates. I'm grateful for their help. It should have been the funeral parlor's responsibility after all.
Think nothing of it, Director Who.
Anyway, I have a few friends left to visit in Liyue Harbor. Let's do the round, shall we?
Qimen arts in the Rite of Homa. The spirits are calmed and life restored.
We should head to Boo Boo Pharmacy first.
Don't forget to come back here after Director Who is done with you. There's a favour I would like to ask of you. About the people assigned to the 8 gates. You want to drop by and say hello to them? Well, you better hurry if you want to make it back in time. The Gate of Life is at Yilong Wharf, and the Gate of Concealment at Mount Outsong. They are being seen to by Yujing and Ganyu respectively. The Gate of Rite can be found at Guyunstone Forest. Yeah, it's definitely... I keep going into Xiangling. The Gate of Rite can be found at Guyunstone Forest, and the Gate of the Gate of Injury is at the Chasm. Those are assigned to Beidou and Yelan. As for the Gate of Terrace at Dihua Marsh, that's been taken by the Conqueror of Demons. These 5 are all on location already.
Harley, Paimon, how are you feeling after your trip to the border?
We're feeling great, thanks! We just heard you were taking part in the 7 and 8 gates method, so we came to see if there were any issues.
About the Gate of Terrace. No need to worry. Though the Gate of Terrace symbolizes fire and volatility, it also stands for light, growth, and prosperity. For that reason, it is seen as a somewhat auspicious gate. The greatest challenge of tonight will not be found here, but at Hu Tao's Gate of Death. I will do my utmost to alleviate her burden.
Oh, Harley, Paimon, what brings you here?
We heard you were taking part in this 7 and 8 gates method, so we came to see how you were doing.
I see. So Ningguang's explained the situation to you already.
About the Gate of Life.
The Gate of Life symbolizes growth, prosperity, and revitalization. It is the most auspicious of all 8 gates. As you can see, this gate is currently situated at Yilong Wharf. Later tonight, I will use the power of this gate and Director Hu's rattan figure to take on some of the Feta Blast for her. With each gate helping to share the load, yes, I'm sure we'll make it through this crisis.
Hey there, you two. I wasn't expecting your company here at Mount Outsong.
We heard you were taking part in this 7 and 8 gates method, so we came to see how you were doing.
About the Gate of Concealment.
Don't worry, this gate is a place of refuge, peace, and good fortune. It's the perfect place for Master and the other Adepti to live in seclusion. I believe they're currently discussing something in Master's abode. Once this crisis is over, you'd be more than welcome to come and stay here for a little while. It'll be good for your health.
Oh, fancy seeing you here. Don't you have business with Director Hu to attend to?
Whoa, you really gather intel like it's going out of fashion. But anyway, we heard you were taking part in the 7 and 8 gates method, so we came to check in.
About the Gate of Injury. It speaks your curiosity, huh? Well, this is one of the least fun gates there is. The Gate of Injury symbolizes wounds and loss. It's one of the 3 gates of great misfortune, along with the gates of death and fright. A long, long time ago, this was actually the home of the present-day people of Chenyu Vale. Oh. But as you know, there was a huge disaster here. My ancestors fought alongside the Akshas and gave their lives to save Liyue from peril. That's why it has to be me here, guarding this gate. Unless you've got other burning questions, I must ask you to leave at once. I'm sure you still remember the time we explored the depths of this place together, and I trust you haven't forgotten just how dangerous it was. Hey, how'd you end up stranded out here? Ningguang didn't actually rope you into this too, did she?
We heard you were taking part in the 7 and 8 gates method, so we came to see how it's going.
About the Gate of Fright. Ah, so you already know what's what. Since ancient times, the Gate of Fright has been known as a gate of great misfortune. It usually shows up in places filled with fear and desolation. I guess this place checks all the boxes, with all the demons Rex Lapis suppressed here. But the Crux fleet is right at home in places like this. If I didn't have to work tonight, I'd have loved to take you on a walk around the area.
Hu Tao, Harley, and Paimon.
Oh, I didn't expect to see you here at this hour.
We are just about to set out for Qingsa Village. Guess we caught you just in time then. We're here to deliver some fortune coins.
You're in unusually good spirits, Director Hu. Even pesky Baiju gets a fortune coin today?
Of course, of course. There's enough for everyone. Here, this one's for you.
It's the sun symbol.
You're absolutely right, Dr. Baiju. In terms of your peskiness, I mean. So I'm afraid I won't be wishing you success in your medical and immortality-seeking endeavors. That would just make things unnecessarily difficult for me. The sun symbol symbolizes peace and harmony in the world. My wish is that all shall be cured of their ailments before arriving at your door, so you'll be spared the sight of pain and suffering. I see. Director Who's hoping that you go out of business, Baiju. Chang, this one's for you. Let me see. Oh, a cross symbol.
The cross symbol represents growth, prosperity, and balance between heaven and earth. May you soon regain all the power and memories you possessed in your prime. That's very thoughtful of you, Director Who. I assume you also brought one for Chi-Chi? For me? Yep, this peace symbol coin is for you, Chi-Chi. It symbolizes safe passage. In other words, stay away from dangerous places the next time you go herb gathering. If anything were to happen to you, poor Mr. Baiju would be in a real pickle, because he'd have no one to study the secrets of immortality from. And I'd be affected too, of course. I can't bury you if I don't know where you are. Got it.
Aw, it's nice to see that Chi-Chi's recovering well from all that fetter at the border.
I am a zombie. Zombies can't get sick.
In fact, Chi-Chi insisted on joining me at the gate tonight. She's determined to help eradicate the fetter.
Bad fetter. I don't like it. It can make people sick, and then Baishu has to heal them. It can also make people die, and then they have to get buried by Hu Tao. Too much trouble. Don't worry, Chi-Chi. Tonight we'll solve the problem once and for all. Alright, everyone. We won't overstay our welcome.
One moment, Director Who.
What's wrong? Huh? Wait, what are you doing? Aha! So the secret art works even when there's no illness present. Seems like a sizable step forward for Baishu's research.
Tonight, you will stand guard over the Gate of Death, the most ominous gate of them all. It may not help much, but I transferred a little extra life force to you. May it help you stay alert and focused during the proceedings.
Hopefully not a detriment to your own health, though.
You needn't worry about that. As your archenemy, why would I undermine myself to help my opponent?
All right, well said. Okay, this time I really am leaving. Bye, everyone. Good luck, Hu Tao.
Where to next?
To pay a visit to Yunjin.
We are grateful for Director Who's well wishes. Don't worry about us. Focus on your own duties.
Good luck, Hu Tao. Oh, Yunjin, aka Miss Yoon, also aka Director Yoon. Huh? Hu Tao? What brings you here? Oh, and Harley and Paimon too. Is this about the other day? I swear I didn't say anything bad about you. They were just trying to find out where you'd gone. No, it's not about that. I'm just here to say hi to my friend. Assuming that's all right with you? Oh, yeah, of course.
Is this the first time we've seen girls holding hands in this game? Like, more than just come with me.
Also, she brought some fortune coins for you.
Yep. Take a look. What are these? They're fortune coins engraved with the yardstick symbol. One for you and one for Xinyan. You're the top performing artist in all of Liyue Harbor, and I wish you success beyond measure. Could you pass Xinyan's coin to her for me? I haven't been able to find her all day, but I know she won't miss your show tonight. Thanks, Hu Tao. I really appreciate the coin. But how come you can't just give it to her yourself this evening? I'd love to, but unfortunately I won't make it to the lantern display tonight. That's the whole reason I'm here now. Oh, how come? You have something else on? Just a little thing I have to do for work. Ah, right. I heard the Ministry of Civil Affairs announced that they'll be reviving an ancient ceremony tonight. Something about lighting a flame to dispel the smog. Your little work thing wouldn't have anything to do with that, would it? You're a sharp one, Yujing. Yes, that's exactly it. Is it dangerous? Technically, but only a teeny tiny little bit. Harley will back me up on that.
Yeah, who tells right?
Are you sure? Come on, Yujing. I get that you won't take my word for it, but if you can't trust Harley, whom can you trust? I didn't mean it like that. Anyway, since you can't make it tonight, how about I sing the Sanctification of Tao-Du for you right now? Does that sound good? That's so nice of you. But since you're offering, I'd rather hear a certain other tune instead. You know the one, right? Which one? Sorry, I'm a little lost. You know, you've sung it to me before.
What are you talking about? Is this supposed to be a riddle?
This is extremely homosexual.
The opera version of the Hilly tune. We made a bet and agreed that whoever lost had to sing lyrics chosen by the winner in their own style. The result was Yunjin's spectacular operatic version of the Hilly tune. You guys seriously need to hear it. Aw, Yunjin, don't tell me you're embarrassed to sing it now that Harley is here. What are you talking about? Of course not. Pretty please, Yunjin. Just once, for me. I really want to hear it again. All right. I'll sing it for you after the show tonight. How about that? No, I want to hear it now. Why? Oh, don't play dumb. You know why. Yutao's a sassy little brat who always gets whatever she wants. Mostly because she's so adorable that no one has the heart to turn her down. La 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 la, life is grand. You are unbelievable. All right, I'll sing, but please, do not laugh at me.
Yay! Operatic Hilly tune! Let's go!
I can't believe I have to do this right now.
Silly Joe, Billy Joe, silly Billy Hilly Joe. Bravo, bravissimo. Well, what do you think? Glad I dragged you out now?
It was a truly unique performance.
I must look ridiculous. Thanks for indulging me, Yunjin. You're a star. We should head off now, as I still have one person to give a fortune coin to. No, wait. Hutao, be honest. You guys aren't hiding anything from me, are you? Of course not. Put that thought right out of your head. All right. Then whenever you're done with your work, whether it's tomorrow, the day after, or whenever, come find me again, and I'll sing the Sanctification of Tao-Du for you. Let me rephrase. Hutao, Harley, promise me you'll come and see me perform someday soon, okay? Sure, you've got it.
Where should we go next?
I'll bet Harley's guessed it already. To Woman Restaurant. Good luck. I'll be waiting for you.
Whoa! You got a new outfit too? You look amazing, Xiangling.
Ooh, you think? Then what does that say about my taste? Hint, hint.
Yeah, director who has the most exquisite taste in the world, etc.
Her voice was different. Like, it's the same actor, but she was not doing the voice correctly, I think.
I see, so it's a gift from Hutao. A thank you gift, technically. I sought out that Fontaine fashion designer and gave her a brief description of Xiangling.
Her work is incredible, Especially this Globa hat. It's just as cute as the real Globa. It's great seeing both of you together dressed in your new outfits. You almost look like sisters.
Hehe, that's a given. Oh, also, Xiangling, I got you a little something else too. It's a fortune coin. This career fortune coin is for you. May you go from strength to strength, and may the One Min restaurant get so many customers that it needs to be rebuilt 10 times bigger.
I don't know, Hu Tao. You're kind of asking a lot of me there.
Wait, I'm not done. I've got 2 more coins. A family fortune one for Xingqiu, and a spirit and vigor one for Chongyun. I believe they've already left for Chenyu Vale, so could you pass them on when they get back?
Why get me involved? Can't you just give these to them yourself?
Because I've got to work tonight, and I don't want to keep them waiting.
Fair enough. Wait, does that mean you're involved in tonight's ceremony thing? I heard the announcement from the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
That's the one. As soon as the ceremony is complete, Xingqiu's great-grandfather will start to recover, and Miss Ying'a's boyfriend will be as right as rain.
Wow, sounds amazing! So, is this what's been keeping you busy these past few days? No wonder we still haven't had that meal together. I bet you barely had a moment to breathe. Once the ceremony's over, come for food with us, okay?
Sure thing. Sounds good.
Promise you won't stand us up this time?
Damn.
I promise. Holly will hold me to it.
Okay, I can get behind that. If you're a no-show, I'm sending the Traveler to track you down and drag you back to the dinner table kicking and screaming.
Damn. Mission accepted.
Great, then we have a deal. We should head out now. See you later, Xiangling.
Alright, we've been to 3 places already. Is there anyone else you want to give a coin to?
But of course, surely you didn't think I'd forgotten about you.
Oh, you got some for us too?
Obviously. Come on, let's head to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor first.
I hope everything goes smoothly. And don't leave me hanging this time. Oh, Paimon's so excited. What fortune are we gonna get?
Give me a second. Aha! Found it. Here's yours, Paimon.
What does this symbol mean?
It's a treasure symbol. My wish for you is that you'll always have an endless supply of Mora, so you can eat whatever you want, whenever you want.
Wow, you get Paimon like no one else does. Thank you, Hu Tao. Thank you so much.
So where's mine, huh?
Don't worry, I haven't forgotten you. Just give me a moment. I'll be right back.
Hu Tao enters the funeral parlor. Before long, she comes skipping back out in her old outfit.
Why'd you change back, Hu Tao?
Because I'll be working tonight. I've always been very serious when it comes to work.
Is this my gift?
Look again. Do you see anything about me that's different from before?
Your hat.
Yes, very observant of you, and all the proof I need that you spend your free time staring longingly at pictures of me.
There's no way you'd spot a detail like that otherwise. Is it smaller than usual?
Hehe.
Blah, 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 blah.
Here, this plum branch is for you.
Cute.
Wait, isn't this the branch from your hat?
Yes, and going back further, it's from a tree that I planted myself. Harley, you have countless friends in Liyue Harbor, so I'm sure you'll get plenty of fortune coins. I wanted to give you something different. Something that will remind you of me whenever you look at it.
Paimon doesn't like the sound of that.
Okay, then I'll rephrase. Something you can take a look at whenever you miss me.
You just made it worse.
What do you mean? I don't know what's going through your head. Look, all I'm saying is I can't be by your side 24/7 like Paimon can. There's gonna be times when we're apart.
You scared Paimon.
I've got a gift for you too.
Huh? Wait, that's Sigil. Is this one of the fabled Rex coins?
You've got a great eye, Hu Tao. It's a Rex coin. Although, probably not the genuine article, because the Conqueror of Demons told us he couldn't sense Rex Lapis's power in it.
But still, the owner before us was someone pretty important.
Yeah, that too. So maybe it can keep you safe.
Wow, this is a really special gift. I'll take it.
Thank you both. I'll stay safe, don't you worry. Anyway, it's getting late, and I have a few things to get ready before I head out to Wuwang Hill. Besides, you should probably get back to Yujing Terrace now. I know that Qianchuan's still waiting for you. Please, be careful. Don't worry, I got this.
Alright then, bye-bye! And remember, the sooner you get back, the sooner we can go for a meal together. And hear Yunjin singing.
Got it. See ya. It was so nice to spend this time with you. Oh, what brings you here? No tea drinking today? It would be unbecoming of me to sip tea in leisure while my employer toils alone. Aha! So you do have a heart after all. Have you made up your mind, Director? Throughout our history, we fought off many existential threats with whatever tools we had at our disposal. Today is no different. We just have to rise to the challenge. It'll be my first time using this array, so who knows how it'll go. But if I know one thing, it's that I must drive death back where it came from. Oh, also, Harley gave me a special fortune coin. Apparently, it's one of those Rex coins. You're more knowledgeable about this kind of thing than me, though, so I'd appreciate your second opinion. It is indeed a Rex coin. It symbolizes good fortune, and may offer some use as a protective charm. Got it. In that case, after tonight, could you please return it to Harley for me?
I think she's gonna sacrifice. Like, I've been feeling this for a while, bearing in mind. I'm obviously not thinking this just now, but like, I do think she's gonna attempt to sacrifice herself and maybe be prevented from doing so. You wish to return the gift? For what reason?
Harley reached Natlan and took a trip to the land of the dead while there. It must have been incredibly dangerous. She's made it this far unscathed, so clearly she's blessed with good fortune. But her journey will only get more dangerous with each step, and that worries me. So if there's a chance this Rex coin really can keep a person safe, I want to make sure that person is Harley. You make good points, Director. But have you considered that Harley perhaps had similar wishes for you? That's another reason I can't afford to keep it. I don't know what's going to happen tonight. If worse comes to worse and I don't make it back, I don't want Harley to find out this coin didn't work by discovering it in a pile of debris. What if it upsets her? What if it feels like it's all her fault? Oh. I couldn't bear to see her like that. You know what I mean, right, Xiangling?
This is like about her dad.
I fear that I do.
Oh, like Guizhong. Your concern is that the sight of this coin will only make it more difficult to let go of your worldly attachments.
It's like you're a mind reader. You know as well as I do that being too attached is a fatal flaw for a funeral director. It's a vice that's all too easy to fall prey to. But this time, I must not repeat my dad's mistake. That is what's most important here. Alright, since we're this far in, I might as well just tell you the rest too. If I don't return tonight, you'll no longer be a consultant, because you'll be the 78th director of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Bruce being given a job. He doesn't want one.
Your work is far from done, Director. I fear there is no one who could hope to take your place. Live in life and die in death. If my time has come, so be it. There's no sense resisting the inevitable. Nevertheless, I would urge caution. Focus on the task at hand, not what transpired in the past. And do not forget the rest of that saying. Follow your heart and do what you can. I understand. All right, it's almost time. I should get going. It's a really beautiful day today. I should write a poem to capture this moment. A butterfly dances in a crimson bouquet for fear of the ominous rainfall that may soon show its face. With one last lingering glance at that carmine hue, she lies among the petals in the garden of eternal rest as she sets the floral incense ablaze. The lone butterfly left, but not without a trace. A fragrance remained, her butterfly's embrace. Oh no.
Ningguang, Lan Yan, we're back! So what did you want to discuss?
I'll let Miss Lan explain.
Remember how I wrote a letter back home to ask about the array? Well, I got a reply.
Oh, Paimon remembers. So was Hu Tao right? No one has to be sacrificed, right?
Unfortunately, my cousin could not give me a definitive answer on this, despite scouring the family library. But given that the array gets its power from the ley lines, she suspects that the obfuscation requirement may be a rule laid down by the mountains and the land.
These rules. What does that mean? Basically, it looks likely that the obfuscation of one person is mandatory after all, because we can't violate the laws of the ley lines. Teyvat has its own laws, and the rules from the Shade of Death. Furthermore, the Gate of Death will be used to suppress the fetter this time, which is Director Hu's gate.
So, you're saying Hu Tao has to die?
If my cousin's right, and as I said, she can only speculate, but she also provided me with a method that might just be able to save Director Hu's life. See this? It's a rattan figure I made for the director. One of many. In case you've forgotten, they work by absorbing evil energy in their owner's place, so they won't come to harm. With the technique my cousin explained, I managed to connect several of these rattan figures to the gate array. That way, the fetter blast will be shared evenly by everyone in the array.
Everyone has agreed to the plan. Keqing, Ganyu, the Conqueror of Demons, Qiqi, Beidou, Yelan, Lan Yan, and I will each hold a rattan figure. Today's Leela draws its strength from unity. That is how we quelled an ancient god's wrath without the help of Rex Lapis. And that is why we cannot let the Wangsheng funeral parlor shoulder the present crisis alone. Little do you know, Rex Lapis is still involved. Nevertheless, the danger posed by the fetter is not to be underestimated. The consequences could be grave, even with everyone sharing the blast. We would like to request your assistance, but the choice is entirely yours. So it's not really Leah rising to the challenge, is it? You're still asking for outside help. If you have any reservations, we will by no means count me in.
What did I tell you? I knew the Traveler would help us.
I never doubted that for a second.
Then please, take this rattan figure. I'll link you up to the array right now. Huh? What's going on? This doesn't make any sense.
What's wrong?
I don't think I made a mistake. But it seems like I can't connect the Traveler to the array.
Interesting. How can this be? What's the problem?
This should work in the exact same way as the gate array. By using the power of the ley
Oh,
lines.
yeah, we're not in the ley lines because we're a
But the
descender.
ley lines aren't responding to the Traveler. Almost as if they believe she doesn't exist.
Oh, so could that be the reason?
It's true that the ley lines do not contain any information about me. Is that so? Then perhaps this is simply the will of fate.
I've never heard of anything like that before.
Can we find some other way?
I don't know. This is the first time I've run into a situation like this. I would write to my cousin, but I think we're out of time.
Yes, the lantern display will begin soon. I know this is frustrating, but given the situation, we have no choice but to release Harley from this duty. We must hope that we will be able to share the burden on Director Who's shoulders, and that we must have faith that she will return triumphant. After leaving Yujing Terrace, you spend some time staring at the Hu Tao rattan figure in your hands in dejected silence. Before you know it, you've ended up in front of the Wangshang funeral parlor again.
It's already dark out. Should we go head to the stage?
Celebrate the lantern rite. Why are we going so slowly, bro? Wait, I just realized there's a natlan NPC here. That's cool. Why are we walking so slowly, bro? Hurry! The Lantern Rite celebrations are about to begin. You don't want to miss Miss Yun's opening show. Slow down, Yanfei. Otherwise you're going to fall.
There are so many people. And I hope everything goes smoothly on Hu Tao's end so she can get back here and celebrate with us soon.
Xinyan, over here. Hu Tao asked me to give you this fortune coin.
Wow, she got this for me? So, where does she go?
Lady Tianquan, the gate of initiation is now ready. We are good to go.
Thank you. It won't be long now. Director Who? Good luck to us both. It's so quiet out here. Harley, Paimon, happy Lantern Rite.
Oh, Xiangling! How did we not think of asking Xiangling earlier?
Regarding the ley lines, you mean?
Yeah. How did you know that, though?
In fact, I have been waiting here for some time now. Xiangling, can you connect me to the ley lines? Since the issue lies with Harley's unique constitution, I am afraid that I will be of no help there.
Drat! Paimon totally thought you'd have the answer. Then why were you waiting for us?
The director asked me to return this Rex coin to Harley. Why? It's a gesture of goodwill from the director. She wishes your safe passage in your future travels.
But what about her?
I suppose that will be up to her.
That's not good enough. Surely there's gotta be something we can do.
As it happens, there is one thing that comes to mind. Namely, if the 7 and 8 gates method operates according to the principles of the ley lines, the same must also be true of the obfuscation process. But since you cannot connect to the ley lines in the first place, do you see what that implies?
Huh?
If I can't connect to the ley lines, what does that imply? The Lantern Rite is about to begin. My dear compatriots.
Oh, look! It's Lady Ningguang. Wow! I didn't know she was hosting it herself this year. It must be because of the ceremony, right? The Ministry of Civil Affairs sent out a notice saying that this year they're doing a whole ceremony when they light up the Ming Xiao lantern.
As we stand beneath this lantern-lit night sky, I would like to pay tribute to the ways of our forebears. We pray for the cleansing fire that exorcises evil, and for peace to prevail in our nation. Let the ceremony begin. Secret of the flame, blessing of Homa. Redeem us, deliver us from evil. Hiya!
The fire's almost out. Did we fail?
I have faith in the director. So, my time has come. There is no avoiding death, nor predicting its time. The duty of Longsheng, I now fulfill. Next lantern, right? If you see a butterfly, that's me coming back to see you all.
Did it work?
Huh? I believe it was a success, but...
What's wrong? You two look like you've seen a ghost.
She actually died.
Director Hu's rattan figure is broken. I can't sense her presence anymore.
What? How is that possible? You mean Hu Tao? She's... what are we gonna do?
I feel like this is a misdirect.
Huh? Where'd the traveler go?
It would seem that she had something of a breakthrough, so I sent her on her way.
A breakthrough? About what?
Are you going to find her? If I can't connect to the ley lines, I can't be obfuscated by them either. That means I can take Hu Tao's place in the array, and no one has to get sacrificed. As long as I can find her, that is. This does feel more like a main quest than an event. I'm not going to change what I have on my trap.
You don't even think there's enemies? Why didn't you lead with that? Because it was funnier. I hate you guys. This is the longest one of my life. Why do you continue to trust us? Because you're my friends, and I'm an earnest person. That's objectively untrue, shut up. Hello? We just... What are we doing here? Oh my god, her pigtails! That's so good. Oh my lord. Oh. She's not here. But these are her things. Check the staff of Homa. The flaming staff lies quietly on the ground, as if unaware that its owner has left the world. Check the burnt Homa altar. The fire in the altar has almost gone out, but some stray sparks flicker and frolic within the ashes, in true Hu Tao fashion. Check the broken rattan figure. Do you remember who the rattan figure was made for? I'm sure you do. Check the fissures on the tree. That crooked tree at the center of the border looks just like this year's Mingxiao lantern. It's also very, the tree that Ashtaha is buried under. There are some cracks in the middle of the trunk. They seem to lead to somewhere far away. Examine the fissures. Something just flew out of your backpack. Oh, Sakura too, yeah. Oh. This is beautiful. Oh my god. Oh, wow. This is very... Yeah, the River of Souls. Let me rephrase. Hu Tao, Harley, promise me you'll come and see me perform someday soon, yeah? Or I'm not. Whoa. Can I go over here? Oh, I can't.
Promise you won't stand us up this time? Okay, I can get behind that. If you're a no-show, I'm sending the Traveler to track you down and drag you back to the dinner table kicking and screaming.
This is kind of Hu Tao's story quest part 2. Nevertheless, I would urge caution. Focus on the task at hand, not what transpired in the past.
So these are all like the different gateways that have been created. Oh? Oh my god, Jason. Final one. Grandpa and Dad, are you here to take me to the other side? How'd I do as director, huh? Did I do the Wangsheng funeral parlor proud?
Absolutely. You did 1,000,000 times better than me. Our little girl is the best.
Does scroll signify our memories? I guess, yeah, maybe, but it also seems to coincide with the gates. Good. Then I can join you with no regrets.
We're proud of you, little lady. But we only came to see you because we've missed you.
I've missed you too. But are you saying you're not here to bring me into the afterlife?
Live in life and die in death. My child, your time has not yet come. Yes, the day of reunion will come in good time. There's no need to rush. Look, someone's here to take you home.
Traveler? You're... Don't worry, I've got this. Come on, everyone's waiting for you. Oh, we took on the corruption for a second. You wake up 2 days later in the back room of Boo Boo Pharmacy.
You're finally awake! How do you feel? Does anything hurt?
What happened?
You've been asleep for 2 whole days! If Baiju hadn't insisted that you were just out from exhaustion, Paimon would have been worried sick! Still, it is a relief to see you finally wake up again. Guess Baiju knew what he was talking about.
When did I get here?
The Night of Lantern Rite, of course! Hu Tao carried you here on her back. Paimon was so worried to see you unconscious. Thankfully, Xiangling was there too, and he said you'd be fine. That being said, why did you sneak off without saying a word? Were you trying to beat Hu Tao's record for running away and getting stranded in the border?
It was an emergency.
Yeah, Paimon knows. Hu Tao told us the whole story. Sounds like you did something pretty amazing. You've had a lot of visitors over the last couple of days. Xiangling, Ningguang, Lan Yan, and pretty much everyone else you could think of.
Are they still here?
Most of them have probably left by now, but Hu Tao's still waiting out in the main room. She's been there the whole time. Anyway, you stay in bed and get some rest. Paimon will go get Baiju to take a look at you.
Pretty. Just then you feel something cool against your face. You've been ambushed again. One more time. Guess who? I recognize those dulcet tones anyway, Xiangling. Good. If you have the energy to joke around, it means you're making a good recovery. I'm so glad. Looks like I can stop worrying now. Welcome back, my hero. You're the real hero. Don't be silly. It's just the two of us here. You really want to talk in glib pleasantries? Because I can outclip you any day of the week if that's how you want to do this. Alright, so how are you holding up? I'm doing great, thanks to a certain someone. Baiju gave me a checkup too. You look remarkably well too, considering what you went through. But are you sure you're well enough to leave yet? You'll only make things worse if you power through before you've fully healed. I'll be fine. Well, I sure hope so. You know, I was really surprised you came to rescue me. You took such a huge risk. When did you become so reckless? I learned from the best, Director Who. Hey, look! Liyue Harbor looks so pretty from this angle. Let's see, what's everyone doing at this hour? Those two kids look like they're in a hurry. I bet they're racing each other to the fortune coins. And that lady over there? Her cheeks are so red, you'd think she caught the sun. Aha! Yes, she must be waiting for her lover so they can go set off some fireworks together. Such a marvelous view. Really puts me in a poetic mood. Okay, I got something. As fresh festivities fill the streets, while lanterns light the sky like countless times before, I dwell not on the twists and turns of bygone years, but remember this, that with each new day I receive the gift of life once more. Thank you, Holly. Happy Lantern Rite. Cute. Nice shot to end on too.
Hey, Traveler and Paimon! Oh, hey, Xiangling. What's up? You know what's up. Our get-together, of course.
Ah yes, finally time for that meal.
Yeah! You are free, right? You are not getting out of this without a very good reason. We're not the ones who held it up. That was Hu Tao.
They're not quick? Oh,
Yeah,
God.
tell me about it. She thinks being a director gives her a license to be a flake. It's like, unless there's a sizable crowd coming, it's not worth my time. But don't worry. We've agreed that this time, we're not gonna accept any more excuses from her. Oh? Who's we? Xingqiu and I. He said he's been wanting to invite everyone out for a long time. But given the situation with his great-grandfather, he never had the time. But amazingly, on the night of the Lantern Rite, his great-grandfather suddenly woke up.
Bro, he should be dead
Xingqiu was
already.
thrilled. And he was finally able to leave the house. So we met up right away and made a plan. Wow, so his great-grandfather's gonna be alright? Yup. They had a doctor take a look and everything. He'll be just fine. According to Xingqiu, his great-grandfather has been eating like Paimon since he woke up.
Oh, my
So
Wika.
now, the family's biggest worry is that he'll get indigestion. Well, that's good news. But somehow doesn't paint Paimon in the best light.
Maybe he stole Hu
Don't
Tao's
worry,
granddad's
it
life force. Oh my
definitely
god.
does. Your appetite represents an optimistic outlook on life. Always eat to your heart's
Or you're just
content,
greedy.
lest your chopsticks wither with regret. Well said, Xiangling. Yeah, that attitude is exactly what got Paimon to where she is today.
For real? How come I'm only hearing this for the first time?
Yes, for real. Like Xiangling said, always eat till your heart's content. And don't let your chopsticks... what was it? Don't worry. Save it for the dinner table, Paimon. Oh, no problem. But where are we gonna eat? At Yulong Wharf later tonight. Xingqiu and the others are still out there. Oh, and Hu Tao said that we'll be joined by a special guest.
Is it Xianyun? Because I haven't seen her yet. And also I haven't seen Shenhe. Who is it?
You'll see when you get there. Oh, Paimon has an idea. But she'll
It's probably
keep it to
Zhongli, though.
herself for now.
I have an idea too.
Who?
It's either Xiao or Zhongli, I'm sure. Even though I miss Xianyun. I'm keeping it to myself too.
Well, we'll see who guessed right later tonight.
If we're talking the strongest, I'd have to pick Wind Reader. After all, he was the founding master of Qimen divination.
Yeah, he gets my vote too, being my ancestor and everything. Oh, and also the Silver Swallow.
In that case, I'd have to nominate the two sages of Lan Yan. It's always the one who lives in seclusion and never shows their skill who turns out to be the most powerful of all. Well, in the books anyway. What do you think? If this were a martial arts novel, then I'd agree with you. But unfortunately, after reading Moonlit Bamboo Forest, I am convinced that the title should go to the White Horse of the Three Immortals of Tao Du. She's got to be hiding some kind of secret.
Huh? Is no one gonna pick the Yunlai Angler? Even the Yujing said that her sword fighting style comes from the Yunlai Angler's rod wielding techniques.
Yeah, so they say. But I mean, fishing? Just seems kinda lame in this context. Although it's more common than you might think for anglers to be more than what they seem. Hey, you're all wrong. The greatest of all were obviously Old Man Wuwang and the Lone Butterfly. Without them, there'd be no Wangsheng funeral parlor today. Hard to argue with that.
Oh, everyone's here already.
Harley, Paimon, you're finally here. Welcome.
Hutao, your hat.
Well noticed, Paimon. Yes, I added another plum branch.
Ooh, so now you and the Traveler have matching plum branches.
Paimon?
Anyway, what are you all up to?
We're debating who's the best out of the 8 adepts.
Well, kind of. An open-ended debate, maybe. We're just shooting the breeze, really. That's right. The only way you could settle a question like this would be with those special goggles they have in light novels, where you can read someone's power level just by looking at them.
Has Shincho been getting you into light novels?
Welcome, Harley. My family tell me that you and Hu Tao performed a very risky ceremony and cured great-grandfather's illness in the process. I cannot thank you enough for your efforts. No matter what kind of trouble you may encounter in the future, you will always find a helping hand at the Feiyun Commerce Guild. It was a team effort. Yeah, I know. My father and brother will thank everyone individually in the coming days. Why go to all that trouble, Xingqiu? Save yourself the effort and just admit to me here and now that the strongest of the 8 adepts are the Lone Butterfly and Old Man Wuwang. Then we'll be square.
Come on, enough with the debate already. Everyone's here now, so let's eat. Paimon, you're up. It's time to share your grand philosophy of life with everyone.
Face.
Okay, one sec. It's like, always eat to your heart's content, lest your... what was the rest again?
Lest your chopsticks wither in regret.
Ah, right, yeah, that's it.
Whoa, Paimon, you can't stumble through a motto you live by. It's bad luck. It'll make your life full of stumbling blocks too. Come on, you can do it. One more time, from the top.
Always eat to your heart's content, lest your chopsticks wither in regret.
That's the spirit.
So is it time to dig in now? Paimon, did you forget about our special guest? Oh, right! Paimon remembers now! Actually, Paimon guessed who it is already, but, you know, no point in saying it out loud or anything.
You don't sound confident. You don't have a clue who it is, do you?
Yes, actually. It's obvious who it is. It's...
Oh, Yunjin.
You know who. Traveler, a little help?
Is it Yunjin? Correct. It's our very own Yunjin. So you haven't forgotten what she said last time. Look, she's taking the stage.
Whoa! Isn't that director of the Yunhan Army?
Whoa!
Amazing. I never would have expected to see her all the way out here in Yilong Wharf.
Greetings, everyone. I will perform the Sanctification of Tao Du one more time for all my friends who were unable to join the festivities during the Lantern Rite. My apologies for not being able to set up a grander stage.
Ah, that's so nice! She's doing a whole new performance for everyone who couldn't attend last time.
She's about to begin.
I will say, to my Western ears, I prefer the other one. But I also recognize that I'm a Westerner. So, yeah. I'm not the person to speak on that. But yeah, I definitely prefer the other one. Little discordant. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the whole point, right? That's Chinese tones in their music. But yeah, it just isn't for me, unfortunately.
You should have gone with Harley into the border that day. I get that you care about Harley's well-being, but the fact is, it wouldn't have helped. I'd have just been an extra liability if something went wrong. Besides, Ningguang changed the plan and sent me to the chasm instead. I can't be in two places at once. If you're not happy about it, why don't you file a complaint at Yujing Terrace? And report the Qianquan to the Qianquan? Actually, I was thinking the Yujing. She's not afraid of a confrontation. Forget it. I'll let it go since everyone's fine. Wangshu Inn is a fine location. All of Liyue is a fine location.
Aww. Well said.
Boss, another serving of dew-dripped shrimp. Boss, another serving of dew-dipped... Boss, another serving of dew-dipped shrimp, please, with some dipping spices. And one almond tofu.
Thinking of lesbians. Hey, the crisis is resolved. Why the long face, Qianquan? Thanks to Director Hu and Harley, the disaster was averted. But we still do not know what caused the crisis in the first place. I know you are well informed, Captain, so I trust you are aware that recently, the nation of Natlan has recently endured some major events relating to the ley lines and to issues of life and death. It makes me wonder whether these events might somehow be connected on a deeper level. If they are, this will be bigger than just Liyue and Natlan. I'll send word to my business partners, and keep an eye out for any similar incidents in the other nations. Right now, though, I say, put those worries to one side and focus on enjoying these stunning sights before they disappear for another year. What stunning sights is she talking about? But of course, you don't need to teach me about work-life balance. I am no Kuching. Is that right? Well then, why are you still wearing that same old hairpin? Didn't I tell you to use my pay to buy yourself a new one? I wouldn't dare touch Captain Beto's Mora without final confirmation. What if you'd been speaking in jest?
I'd never hear the end of it. Do I really have to go and pick one out for you? Alright, suits me. Let's go take a stroll through the fair. Well done. When did our straight-talking captain learn to read between the lines, I'm fine. That's enough. Are you coming or not? Why not? Let's go. Anyway. What you got a cat? I'm so normal. Okay. Kuching. Still working on you? Sorry it's been so busy. Huh? Oh, Kuching. No, it's fine. Nothing out of the ordinary. Harley and Director Who were the real stars this year. That's no reason to diminish your own contribution. Of course they were the biggest heroes. But we played our part and played it well. The Ministry of Civil Affairs responded at record speed, did we not? Even though on the surface, this incident looks negligible compared to the disasters of the Archon War, it was a very close call. Things could have been unimaginably worse had we not found a solution. You're right. Actually, I have a question about the 7 at 8 gates method we ended up using. How come I've never seen any records of it in the Yuhai Pavilion before? Oh, you want to know about the origins of the array? Ningguang made the whole thing up. Huh? I'm joking. In truth, a letter with all the critical information suddenly appeared in Yujing Terrace on the day when we needed it. Even Ye Lan was unable to track down where it had come from. Xiangling. Wait, the info just appeared out of thin air? Then wasn't that a bit of a risky strategy on Ningguang's part? It may appear that way, but if you think about it carefully, everything slowly starts to make sense. How many people in all of Liyue could know about both the crisis and the secret art, while also possessing the ability to deliver a letter without leaving a trace? Oh. Ah, you mean Master and her friends? I see. That young lass from the Wangsheng funeral parlor is rather impressive. One's curiosity was piqued when Rex Lapis chose to serve as her consultant, but only now does one understand the true intent behind his decision. Agreed. And yet, what a rare delight it is to hear such effusive praise from you, Cloud Retainer. Rare? Pray elaborate a little further.
In the past, you may have uttered something to the tune of this. Though the last displays a measure of talent, it is nothing more than Shenhe or Ganyu could have achieved if placed in the same circumstances.
The old Biddy Brigade always up to something so true. Humph! One would never deride others as a means of praising one's own children. Yes, you would. The Wangsheng lass displayed great determination and fortitude. Does that not make her deserving of a few words of praise? It certainly does. And she is not the first. I've lived in Liyue Harbor for a long time now, and I can tell you that the Wangsheng funeral parlor has produced generation upon generation of outstanding directors. Old. Streetfoot Rambler speaks true. The god Tao Du was not our friend, but neither was he our enemy. Had he not cared greatly for all living things and volunteered to sanctify himself to pacify the underworld? Not even 8 Adepti would have been able to overpower him, much less the 8 Adepts. When he became the Border, he likely never imagined the mortals would preserve and maintain his new form this far into the future.
With all of that said, I realize the name of the young lady from the funeral parlor is still unknown to me.
The director's surname is Hu, and her given name is Tao. Huh. Ah, as in our word for butterfly, yes? No. Who, as in mischief maker. Then Tao must otherwise be the Tao that means mischief in our tongue. No, in fact, it is the same Tao as appears in Tao Do.
Ah, so Hu as in butterfly, and Tao as in Tao Du. A fine name. Fitting indeed.
No, who as in mischief maker, incessant pestering, and wanton gluttony.
I say, I was merely trying to liven up the mood. Why is Hu Tao permitted to make mischief while I am not?
The clue is in the name. If you wish to change yours from Mountain Shaper to Mischief Maker, be my guest. Why not have some tea? This is the rare spirit sprout cultivar that Rex Lapis brought back all the way back from Trinsa Village. It'd be a shame to miss out. May there be more good tea to share in the coming year. I am sure there will be. Oh, there shall be. Hey.
Hello, I'm Lan Yan from the Chenyu Vale Artisans Association. Can I interest you in any decorations or baskets? Or perhaps a vase? Or piece of furniture? Ah, I'm almost out of rattan. I should head back to the mountains to get more. Oh, you want to come with me? That's so nice of you. I'll throw in a free rattan hat. How does that sound?
Same outfit. Woo.
Homa! Look at this cute hat!
Oh, that's it? Okay. Cute.
I love this outfit! But these sleeves are a nightmare when it comes to cooking.
Take the jacket off then.